Alright, what's going on, guys? This is Restless Corpse from Virtual Bromance. I'm doing something a little bit different today. As you can see, uh, the game that I'm playing is not different. As you can see, I'm playing Battlefield 3 on PC. Now, as most of you know, Providence and I have been console gamers pretty much our entire lives. Most of the games that you see on our channel are console games. I just recently got a PC that was worth a shit, and the first thing I got was Battlefield 3. Basically, what I want to do with this video is, and maybe turn it into a series, is show maybe, I guess, the hardships or the problems with someone who's played console all their life trying to get into the PC gaming. So I'm gonna go ahead and start playing here, and we'll see how it goes. So I'm kind of messed with my sensitivity a little bit, and that could be one of the problems. Now, this isn't necessarily me asking for help. I just want to show people how hard it is, because a lot of people will say, oh, you know, when I've seen forums where people ask if games have controller support, and the most plentiful, I guess, or most used response is, why would you want to ruin your aim, something like that, you know, controllers are for pussies, whatever. I want to show people the hardship and the shit that we have to go through to learn how to use a keyboard. And I'm doing this live, so there's going to be some oh shits and some me being quiet while I'm concentrating type of shit here. But before we get into that, I want to kind of touch on the differences between the two games, or the two versions. Now, like I said, and like most people know, I've been playing Battlefield 3 on the console since it came out. I mean, I went to the midnight release. I stood in a long-ass line after work. I was super excited, you know, met a lot of people. We were all excited about the game. I took it right home, jumped right into the campaign, because I usually do that first to get myself acclimated to controls and whatnot. And they did change the controls up a little bit from the previous Bad Company 2. But as soon as I was done with the campaign, I jumped onto the multiplayer, and I played the multiplayer just non-stop for months. But I have a problem with sticking with a game. You know, when new games come out, I want to go play those. But I eventually did come back to Battlefield 3, as you've seen in some of the Virtual Bromance videos. About 2 weeks ago, oh shit, I'm gonna die. About 2 weeks ago, maybe 2.5 weeks ago, I bought this beast of a PC, and the first thing I did was buy Battlefield 3 for it, with the premium and all that. And I played like 2 or 3 matches. We were doing something with Digital Psychosis that night, so I couldn't sit there and play it as much as I wanted to. But I was immediately blown away, and I sent messages to a couple of my friends, Providence included, just telling them how glorious it was and how in awe I was the entire time playing the game. And that's why I bought it, because one of the main things for me is the reason I like Battlefield so much is that it's the only FPS that I've ever played, and I've played a shit ton of them, don't get me wrong. It's the only FPS I've ever played where I actually felt like it was in a real war. There's always something going on. There's, you know, well, regardless, this video is not about how much I love Battlefield. The point is, the main draw and one of the main differences between the two versions is how many players are in a match. Now, with the console, I can't remember if it's 4-on-4 squads, so 16, or if it's 12-on-12. I don't necessarily remember right now. But on the PC, it's, you know, 32 versus 32, and the scope of the game is just so staggeringly amazing. But it's one of the reasons that being good on the console, which, you know, I like to think that I'm pretty good on the console. I've never really had problems. I mean, I have my matches where I'm getting frustrated, killed a lot, but I do all right on the console. And one of the main problems that I'm having where I'm not doing well on PC is the scope of the game. I guess you have to have a shit ton more situational awareness, like right there. I guess that couldn't have been helped. That would have happened on the console too, but it's a lot easier when playing a game like Conquest on the console, being that there's, you know, at most 16 versus 16. There's a lot of travel time where you're not doing anything, where you're just running around, as you're going to see in this video, because I purposely took myself out of a squad so I didn't annoy people with what I was talking about here, because I don't know if you can mute your mic for the game and just have it during capture, but I'm getting away from the point here. Being that there's just a shit ton more people playing, you have to have a lot more situational awareness. You have to know, you know, that there's 30 more people potentially trying to kill you versus, you know, 16, and it's tough. It's tough if you're not used to it. But that being said, that's also what makes the game so appealing to me. I cannot find any enemies. They're probably stuffed into the spawn. And the other thing, and the biggest thing that makes the game tough, alright, for me anyway, on PC, is the controls. Like, I've been playing with a controller all my life, and I've learned many tips and strategy. I don't know why I didn't shoot that guy right at the beginning. Tips and strategies and just things that I've developed for myself to make myself quicker on the draw or more accurate with a controller, and they work for me. You know, I've been doing them all my life, and I have no clue why I keep spawning in the deployment. But like I said, they work for me. I've been doing them all my life. I use them on several different, you know, FPSs that I play on consoles. When it comes to the WADs, I'm basically new to it. I mean, I've played games on PC before. As you guys might have seen on the channel, we play Payday a lot, and I do pretty well on Payday, but there's a difference between fighting, you know, AI and fighting other people. So I guess the whole point of this video is, like I said, to just show you guys how tough it is for someone who grew up with consoles, who's always played consoles, getting into the PC gaming. I'm gonna fucking die. As you can see, I don't have any problem getting away from fights. It's just when I get into a fight. And I don't always lose. I don't always die. I mean, I have a couple pretty good rounds. This, honestly, is maybe the 10th or 11th round I've played since I got the game. Like I said, I bought the game when I bought the PC and played a couple matches, and then I had some other stuff to do for Virtual Bromance, and I haven't had a chance to get back to it. God, I fucking spawned at the deployment again. But I'm gonna go ahead and basically just shut up and maybe throw in a clip here too when I get into fights and whatnot. But I'm gonna show you, like right there, I had no chance, and I don't even think I got a shot. No, I didn't. He's got 100% health. So. And I feel that I have to kind of put a side note into this. I'm not saying that I'm bad at Battlefield and need help at Battlefield, because on the console I do pretty decent. I do pretty alright. It's just making the transition from console to PC versus all these people who... I don't even know how he did that. versus all these people that have been playing on PC. Maybe their whole lives. Maybe it's a second nature to them. They're gonna. I mean, unless I get the jump on them, to be honest, they're probably gonna get me every time. I don't want to be here. Better spawn. And again, this is not like I'm not doing this video to showcase Battlefield 3 or to showcase like my gameplay. I don't claim to be super awesome. I don't claim to be some kind of professional gamer or anything like that. See, I should have had him no problem. But, I mean, I got him, but it should have been a lot easier than that. And that would not have happened had I not gotten the drop on those guys. But I mean, as you can see from my kill-death ratio there, I'm not doing so well. And every once in a while I need to look down at the keyboard to see what the hell I'm doing. Alright, well, if they keep jumping up there, they're going to make a liar out of me. Luckily I do know the maps. I'm guessing that they're probably up here. Somebody was up here. Just take this ammo. Oh shit. Now I had to remap a few of the controls, namely going prone. It was just in a really counterintuitive place for me. So I switched it with I switched Z and Q. One of my main tactics for surviving in Battlefield has always been, when running for cover, to go prone behind it quickly, and I can't do that if I don't know where the hell the prone button is. Like on a controller, people talk about muscle memory and whatnot, and on a controller, like, I can do things without even thinking about it. Whereas on a keyboard, I mean, I've been typing my entire life too, so I know where the keys are on the keyboard. But when it comes to, you know, having to think quick and do things quick, it gets to me, and I have to look down at the keyboard. So let's say I'm running for cover and I need to go prone. I'll run behind the cover, look down at the keyboard to see where Z was when it was Z, and I would end up getting killed. Whereas now that it's on Q, it's not really that hard for me to just throw my ring finger up there and do that. Now, I kind of want to go back and talk about the size of the matches. Once again, they're more than twice as big as the console matches when they're on PC, and while I love that, and it's the whole reason that I, you know, shelled out another $70 for the game when I already had it, was it's probably, it contributes to the fact that this is my favorite game that's out right now. Like, there's nothing better when it comes to FPS for me than Battlefield 3, but it really makes it tough for me. On console, you know, there's, like I was saying earlier, there's a lot of travel time where you're not really doing anything. You're just going toward a flag or whatever, and you know that being that there's only 12 people on the other team, you're likely not going to run into much until you get to one of the flags. And sure, there's exceptions. Sometimes you get the guy that has run around and or is running to a flag behind you somewhere, and you'll run into your stragglers, but most of the fighting happens, you know, around the flags. Whereas in a game like this, see, I should have looked that way, and I'm not used to, first of all, flag being there to begin with, and that's another thing. These maps, although they're relatively the same size, they put more flags on them, which is cool. There's, you know, more areas to be fighting in. I'm not sure how did I spawn there. I guess C's got a bigger spawn there. Oh, fuck. Okay, see, that was pure luck right there.
Yeah, here's your med kit.
I forgot what the fuck I was saying now. Point is, with more people in a match, it's tougher. But only if you're used to there not being that many people in the damn match. I'm sure that these people who have been playing Battlefield 3 on PC, or, you know, other Battlefields or other games in general on PC are used to this shit, and it doesn't faze them. Whereas me, just the scope of the game is foreign to me. Ah, fuck. Yeah. See, I was holding control to stay crouched there, and I had to let go of it to hit my prone button, and ended up standing up and getting shot. In any case, I'm gonna stick with it. I mean, I've never been one to be like, wow, this is too hard, I'm not gonna do it. I'm gonna stick with it because I do enjoy playing on PC more than more than the Xbox. So I'm gonna stick with it, and I'm gonna keep doing these videos to maybe show my progress. Who knows? You know, I might get better at it. I might be too old to change. Who knows? But I'm gonna go ahead and just shut up now and play the rest of this match, and we'll see. See how bad I am. And while you're watching how bad I am, remember that I am actually pretty damn good on the console. Not sure. It seemed like he killed me in 2 shots, but that'll happen. That was a pretty sweet dive there. Oh, he's diving to me. Excellent. I mean, if you saw that shooting just a second ago, I mean, there's really no reason why I shouldn't have been able to kill. Well, that oh, fucking A. There's no reason I shouldn't have been able to kill that medic trying to revive that guy, and possibly the guy again, other than the fact that my aim is crap with a mouse. Now, any of you watching these videos, if you've got tips or, you know, suggestions or tricks that you use, by all means let me know, because I need them. Shit. In any case, I'm probably just going to go ahead and end the video here and finish out the match. It looks like it's going to take a while. But stay tuned for, you know, more videos in this series, and hopefully I can take some of your suggestions and try them out and see if I can get a little better at this, because I do want to be better at playing games on PC, because it turns out that I actually like doing it. And as for the Virtual Bromance channel, you know, PC playing games on PC in such a larger scope like this will make for more interesting videos. So, like I said, if you've got tips, tricks, suggestions, if you want to laugh at me because I suck on PC, go ahead and just leave comments down there. Otherwise, if you like the idea of what I'm trying to do here, kind of like a vlog, I guess, like and subscribe to the channel. And if you want to play with me, or, you know, Providence, when I finally convince him to get it, you can always just send us a message. We love playing with, you know, people that aren't going to be assholes. So just keep that in mind. And this is Restless Corpse again for Virtual Bromance, and I'll see you guys later.